Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
There we go. Now we should be golden now. Everybody that's watching tonight, please bear with me. I'm learning a little bit new setup. My birthday today, and for my birthday, I got myself a new monitor mount for a second monitor. So we are now a 2-monitor setup instead of just a single 32-inch. I have a little 24 or 27-inch here to my right. That's going to help me out a great deal here, I believe, in correlating between viewers and what's going on the track a little quicker and a little bit more easier than what I've done in the past. So without so much farther to do tonight, we still got the practice going on right now. I think if we can get our live timing to show what in the world's going on. There we go. We have Christopher Barker with a 23. Or a 29 rather, 29.93 for his best. Stephen Shu with a 29.93 for his best. So those two are tied at the top of the leaderboard. But if I look at the iRacing timer instead of my my little timing sheet that I got, they are separated by 2 1/1000ths of a second. So Barker has a 29.962 and Stephen Shu with a 29.928. Like I said, bear with me as I try to work with this monitor to get it situated correctly. Hopefully the stream is of great quality. I know the monitor I have the program up on is a little bit lower quality than what I would prefer, but hey, it's a test session. It's gonna get to do what I testing out what I want it to do. So looks like we got about 25 seconds left in qualifying, in practice. So let's take a moment and grant and raise tribute to our nation's colors.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, as we see here out on track, we have the drivers out here. We got Rick Baldwin up there in the pole position at the moment, but he loses that as Jimmy Pilot Rowdy will take the pole position for the moment with a 30.17 or a 163 maybe. You'll see the drivers' time start feeding in here. Oh, we got the logo up there in the corner where it shouldn't be again, I see. Where am I at here? Oh, what the hell? All right, hold up. Hold up a moment. Yeah. Hide. Where's my logo at here? Oh, boy, there it is. I don't know why I insist on coming on. There we have it. Now we're all set. So we have James Wagoner out on track right now. And that number 30 machine, he's got Noma TV on the side of that. As Jimmy Pilot still holds on to your pole lead with a 30.165. Now that I got myself situated here with a group of things here I can actually read. Hopefully everything works without a cinch. Yes, there, Duke, we are going to say go Jimmy go, as he is currently your pole sitter for the evening as it stands right now here at Chicagoland Speedway for the Roughneck Racing. Why does that say Freaky Diggy? This should be, I bet you I know what's going on. All right, hold on a moment. We're going to get this fixed. Give me a moment. I didn't realize that within all my confusion, I went and forgot about the loading the project incorrectly. So just give me a moment. This is all going to go crazy here just for a quick moment as we load in the Roughneck Racing Gen 6 series here tonight from Chicagoland. Like I said, this is the James Wagoner Welding here as we get started now. Jimmy Pilot getting that pole seat as we get the grid up in front of us here. Jimmy Pilot Rowdy starting first. Rick Baldwin starting second. Stephen Shoes starting in third. Matt Gall fourth. Matthew Barker eighth and fifth. Mark Morton in sixth. Christopher Barker there in seventh. James Wagoner will roll off in eighth. Starting ninth tonight, that's going to be Jeff Scott in at number 38. Johnny Hurst in the number 10th position. Benjamin Richards will roll off in the number 56 in the 11th position. Tony Richards, the 11, in 12th, I mean, in that number 52. Jason Kinney rolling off in 13th in the number 66. Andrew Smith for Roughneck Racing rolling off in 14th in that number 4. Ty Trafford, that number 15, in the 15th position. Edward Fiedler. Gotta figure out how to say that last name. I think it's Fiedler. In that number 65 is going to roll off in 16th. Tim Richardson will roll off in 17th. That is your starting grid here tonight for the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 series here from Chicagoland. As the drivers are getting lined up, they're getting ready to rock and roll here for a lap as we get ready here. So there you see Jimmy Pilot at number 29, Budweiser. He's starting on pole. Rick Baldwin in second. And we'll look back through the field. Now you see a Ninja Turtles number 46 driven by Christopher Barker here tonight.
yes, but happy birthday to Adam, the broadcaster.
Thank you so much there. I can hear you tonight. We're testing that out as well. So some different things here. I'm hopefully the radio chat's not getting picked up too bad over top of the broadcast, but we're going to try it out tonight to see how it works, as that sound's coming through a different part of the system here tonight. Some upgrades here at Fliegert Farm TV. Should make it a little easier here. Thank you there, Mark Morton. I didn't see that until now, but yes, thank you for the birthday wishes. As we get set to rock and roll here, I want to say, for those viewers out there that might have been trying to catch the Friggy Diggy Racing League last night, I want to completely apologize that I was not able to get that stream off the ground. If you paid attention to my channel at all through last night and through this morning, you'll notice that there was some hiccups. There was upcoming videos, but nothing was actually taking. So we were running into some problems. Turns out there was a setting that got goofed up when my Streamlabs updated. So we got that all fixed. We got that all taken care of. We are live tonight with the Roughneck Racing crew. We'll be back live again next week with the Friggy Diggy Racing League. So again, I want to apologize to them. If any of you guys from the Friggy Diggy are watching tonight, please send me that replay. I'll get you guys on stream or on air as soon as I get a moment to. So green flag is out here at the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 Series. Storming off into corner number one. There you see Jimmy Pilon running real well, but he's got Steven Shu right at his back door, and there comes the 96 at Matthew Barker Race here at Chicagoland, around onto the back back out onto the front stretch. Wait a moment, I'm getting confused already here. Which turn are they coming out of? They're coming out of turn 2 now. Down the backstretch. Jimmy Pilon loses the lead to Steven Shu as they come down into corner number 3. There you see some sparks coming off the splitter of that 96 machine. I believe that's 96. Yeah, that's 96. If you currently look. Hold on a moment. I got to figure this out. I'm going to lower this so that we can go and get. So down the backstretch, we're on board with Christopher Parker as we head down. He is running really well here as he's getting up to the back bumper of Steven Shu, coming down into corner number 3. Here side by side, out of 3, we got 4 of 75 laps complete. There you see Jimmy Pilon Rowdy. He's pulling back a little bit in the back here. As we head down through corner 1 and 2, once again down the backstretch. Steven Shu now our leader, but here comes Christopher Barker up there on the high side in that Ninja Turtles number 46. But don't look, here comes our points leader, James Wagoner. He's working his way to the front in that number 30 machine here tonight. On the front stretch in the corner number 1, pushing that Ninja Turtles 46 to the front. Seeing it's number 4 of Andrew Smith back here. He's working hard to try to get up through. But it looks like, who's that plane machine there? Trying to see who that is. We got the 38. That's the 38 of Jeff Scott. That has that unnumbered machine out there. as we head down the front stretch. Looks like Highland's up into that outside wall at the moment. Not sure what's going on with Highland. He had a great qualifying run, but now he's falling back some. Steven Shue out front. Here comes James Wagoner up to third. As we head down through corner 3 and 4, is that 1 and 2? I gotta check here. That's 3 and 4. As they come out, they're coming through the tri-oval. Heading back down into corner number 1. Steven Shue, still your leader here at lap number 8. Mark Morton back here into number 88. He's trying to work his way to the front. That's the 88 Amp machine, Amp and Mountain Dew. Painted machine there on the outside lane. As it come down through the corner with Baldwin there behind him. Johnny Hurst in behind Baldwin as they work through 3 and 4, I believe. Yes, it is. Back onto the front stretch. 78 of Matthew Gall. James Wagoner, though, for James Wagoner Welding, fighting for that lead now. Alongside that James Wagoner Welding 00 machine of Steven Shue. Christopher Barker there in second. Matthew Barker ace third. Now Matthew Barker, he comes up into that second position. Side by side. Why do I not have... Oh, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. No, that should be up there. What's going on here? Oh, I see. Okay. Give me one moment, folks, here. I'm trying to adjust something for our sponsor. I didn't realize that his live feed or his sponsor wasn't over top here. I'm trying to work on fixing this so that the once it is in the right spot. There we go. Now the sponsor's back. Now I'm happy. James Wagoner Welding back in the top right corner where he belongs. Steven Shue still out front. That James Wagoner Welding machine there with Matthew Barker ace trying to fight him down. But it looks like we got cars might be going a lap down here. That's the number 52 of Tony Richards struggling here tonight as the pack is closing in on him. Here on lap 13, that is 13 of 75 on the board. Steven Shue out front, Matthew Barker ace in second. Rick Baldwin there in third. James Wagoner in fourth. Mark Morton there in fifth. Trying to push his way to the front. Looks like James Wagoner might try to push it 3 wide as we work off of 3 and 4. Out towards the front stretch. They single it, foul it back out. Now James Wagoner going down the inside. There comes Morton to the outside, 3 wide, and it looks like the 38 of Jeff Scott's going to try to push it 3 wide as well through the corner with James Wagoner there on the bottom and Barker there in the middle. Down the back stretch they go. Mark Morton now up to second. Steven Shue falling back to third. Jeff Scott. 3 wide action back here with the drivers with Jeff Scott out there on the high side. Down on the inside, that looks to be the 78 of Matthew Gall, trying to work his way up towards the front, pushing that 46 Ninja Turtle machine. As it looks like Matthew Barker trying to work his way up through. Jeff Scott working his way up through, but look at Mark Morton. He's up here in second place right now, trying to chase down the leader of Rick Baldwin. We've seen a few lap or lead changes here so far tonight. As we're on board with Mark Morton. as they head down into corner number 4, back out onto the front stretch. And we got a wreck. Steven Shu around. James Wagoner around. Other drivers involved. So here you see it. James Wagoner ends up getting loose or something. It ends up in that outside wall. We'll take another look at it here. We'll slow it down so you can watch here exactly what happens as they come out of 4, coming to the front stretch. There you see Matthew Barker Ace up there on the outside. Steven Shu on the bottom. Here comes that number 30 of James Wagoner down there on the inside. As they come off of the corner, take a look. Here comes the trouble. They're going to try to go 3 wide. I don't know if Barker just comes down. Barker comes down, and it looks like he neck-coated off of James Wagoner. Trouble there for James Wagoner, Matthew Barker, and another driver as well as they head down here into the corner.
I need one there too, Jay. So, yeah, I got one as well. I also need one clear. The 29.
All right, so we're trying this. We're trying to get it figured out here. Try to get everything worked out so that it's only going to pick me up and not the other thing. Thank you, Theresa, for the happy birthday wishes here tonight as we are under our first caution of the night. As James Wagoner is bringing it back around. There you see Rick Baldwin up there at front. Let's take a quick commercial break and thank our sponsor. As I almost forgot, there is a new sponsor video that I got to make sure that I get correct.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
We are back. Drivers getting settled in here for the next stage, or for the next section of the race, I guess I should say. I'm getting a little bit confused. I wasn't able to broadcast last night, but we're broadcasting tonight for the James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 Series here, brought to you by the Roughneck Racing. Trying to get this all worked out here as we are working through. There you see the amp machine, that number 88. We'll see if we can get a hold of Mark Morton here, if I can get this to cooperate with me. I need to see where Mark is. Mark is Social Outcast Racing. Good evening there, Mark. Can you hear us okay?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good, boss. How are you?
I'm doing really well. And you mentioned in the comments there to not forget your mid-race interview. Well, better time than now. I mean, you're under caution, not really under too much pressure. Sitting there in second position. How's this track treating you so far tonight?
She's treating me pretty good. I'm trying to be aggressive, just so I can get back up to the front. Just kind of see what I can do with these guys. But she feels good. I think she's got a lot of grip in her, and hopefully I can bring her home and get that checkered.
Well, I noticed that you're starting on the inside row. Is that an advantage or disadvantage here at Chicagoland?
Kind of a disadvantage. The middle to high line is a little bit quicker, I kind of figured that out last run. We were I was getting past, like I was sitting still because everybody was freak training me on the outside.
There must not be a lot of rubber down there on the inside, but we're going to let you go. You're going back green flag here. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
I would Mark Morton here if I can get back to his team here. That would probably greatly appreciated.
I think I'm still up.
There we go. Got him back to his team. Rick Baldwin out front. There you see Mark Morton trying to. He was able to get back up here into that higher line here as we work out of the corner. Down through here onto the front stretch. I believe I'm getting turned around again. Yeah. Let me get straight back out here. Coming to the front stretch this time. No, that's back stretch. Okay. Now we're coming into 3 and 4. As you see there, looks like Christopher Barker has Rick Baldwin has fallen back some. Johnny Hurst moved up there into the lead. In that number 58 machine, Mark Morton there in second still, trying to battle his way up through. Christopher Barker there in third. That number 46 Ninja Turtle machine as they work down here in the corner number 3. Jimmy Pilan, our pole sitter, working his way back up towards the front. He's sitting there in that 4th position. A lot of great racing going on here tonight so far. Johnny Hurst, our leader, and at the number 58 machine for the WD-40 sponsor. Now, Mark Morton goes to the inside. Going to try to make that inside lane work for a pass and get the momentum coming off of 4 down the front stretch. Or I'm sorry, down the back stretch. Travels off of 2 down here into 3 and 4. Going almost 3 wide for second. And third here as Jimmy Pilan's trying to find a way through that pack. Christopher Barker in that number 46 holding good on the low side with Johnny Hurst up there on the high side. Number 4 Andrew Smith working his way up through. There you see him back there in that plane working underneath James Wagoner right now. Then you got Jeff Scott trying to roll his way up here in that black and yellow flame out machine. Mark Morton diving down to the inside to come through the trio. Right. Side by side going into corner number 1. All through the pack, so everybody's kind of holding their own right now. As everybody's side by side working on everything. Yeah, excuse me here. I'm trying to talk and have a little bit of a problem with like a stuck hiccup or something. I'm not exactly sure. James Wagner back here in that 6th position in that number 30, working on that high side. On Morton, he said before he didn't quite like that inside lane, but right now that's where he's sitting. As he's got Johnny Hurst to his outside. As they come off of 4 down here across the stripe, looks like it's going to be Johnny Hurst to possibly lead this lap. As we have, looks like Matthew Barker is sitting in the pit still, getting repairs done or something here as he's had trouble here tonight. Jimmy Pilan, as we're on board with him now, coming down through the back stretch. What the heck happened there? We lost a beat for a moment there. I'm not sure exactly what happened to the camera, but James Wagner here in 4th as they work side by side. And we've got problems back here. Matthew Gall in trouble. Jeff Scott in trouble. That's going to bring out our second caution of the night. As you see, there looks like to be, if we can get a little bit better look here, Looks like Jeff Scott kind of gets loose after the 46 comes down the racetrack, tags his front end, he gets loose, tries to collect it, comes back up and across the nose of the, was that the 52, Tony Richards? No, no, that was, oh boy, who was that? That's 38, that's the 42, there's the 56. I bet you, I think that's who I was looking for, was the 56. Tough break there for more drivers here tonight. As Benjamin Richard gets caught up here, trying to make it through. There you see where the 38 dives down to the bottom, ends up coming across the nose of Richards, I mean, and he gets spun around. Should be able to continue on though. Not too much damage that I can see from the booth here, but I'm not on the track, so it's hard to say what the spotters will say about that car. Hopefully he could be able to continue on here this evening. We're going to take another commercial break. We'll be back here trackside in a moment.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.
Christopher Barker will get the EOL here, as he had some as he is called for that incident on that last caution. Johnny Hurst up here in front right now in that number 58 machine. Piling there in second. Rick Baldwin third. Tim Richardson there in fourth, as he's moved up 13 spots from where he started. Ty Trafford, he's up 10 spots from where he started tonight. There in that number 17 machine. Scratch it, that's the 82. Andrew Smith in the number 4 machine. And there in 6. James Wagoner in 7th. Tony Richards there in 8th. Christopher Barker in 9th. Mark Morton in 10th. Jeff Scott 13th. Stephen Shue in 13th now. Having a tough night here as he is down 10 positions from where he started. Matthew Gall, Matthew Barker are still on pit road after they've had some disappointments here tonight. They are both down 11 spots from where they began the evening here in this 17-car field. Right on board with Jimmy Pilin Rowdy here as we get ready, set here real soon to go back green flag racing. There you see that Johnny Hurst machine at number 58, WD-40 Company, out front. Trying to get that set correctly. Jimmy is definitely clawing his way back up there, Duke. Lights are out on the pace car. We're getting set and ready to rock and roll again here from Chicagoland. This is one of the tracks I really enjoy. I don't know if any, I've learned through the iRacing community, you either hate tracks or you really like them. There's really no in between on tracks. And I noticed that especially with Chicagoland. Some drivers just absolutely hate Chicagoland. I really enjoy it. I enjoy Chicagoland. I enjoy Texas. I know I get loose at Texas, but I still enjoy it. Pocono, I know a lot of people really rag on Pocono, but again, I enjoy Pocono. Pocono is one of the tracks I absolutely enjoy. partially a part of that might be because that idle track, so that probably helps that. But here we go. Green flag is back in the air here as we get set and ready to rock and roll. Jimmy Pilot Rowdy on the inside for this restart. Doesn't quite get the jump that he needed. As that outside lane gets moving, there you see Johnny Hurst. Pilot gets up there into that outside lane now. As they come working through turn 3 and 4, side by side here. Down through the corner. Down the back stretch here, on to the in the corner 3 and 4. Jimmy Pilot there. As they work through off of 2. Rick Baldwin there in 3rd. There you see. Oh no! Pilot gets into the back of Hurst. Hurst gets loose, gets chased up the racetrack. Here now looking to the inside 3 wide with Pilot in the middle. Now Pilot gets back into that 58. 58's going to try to save it once again. Pilot getting a little aggressive out there. Richardson here in 3rd as they come back down the front stretch in the corner number 1. Baldwin way out front right now in at number 19. Tim Richardson there in 3rd. Up 14 spots. James Wagner sitting in 4th. And that number 30 machine for James Wagner Welding. You are watching the James Wagner Welding Gen 6 series here on the pole here this evening. Jimmy Pilot here in 6th. Rick Baldwin there in 1st. Alright, there you see the Ninja Turtle number 46 machine. Trying to battle his way to the front. Side by side here off of 3 and 4. Back around through the restart zone across the stripe. It's going to be Baldwin still leading the way, but here comes Wagner now on that inside lane trying to make something happen. Side by side through 1 and 2. Christopher Barker out there in that number 46 machine. Trying to get that car to the front, but he's got company to his inside of Wagner as he's trying to claw his way up through. Jimmy Pilin's now down, looking, falling back more as he's back to 9th. Mark Morton, no, back up to 8th here after he's fallen back some. Trying to get that car, that machine back up towards the front. Andrew Smith here in 6th position in that number 56 machine, out working off of 2 down the backstretch. There you see James Wagner Welding getting that, James Wagner from James Wagner Welding getting that run down the backstretch. Looking now to the outside of Christopher Barker, who Barker is now up to 2nd. Looking to the inside of Baldwin here off of 4. It's going to be Baldwin leading that lap. Oh, I'm sorry, Barker's going to lead that lap. Baldwin's going to work his way back along that high side, going to try to get that to work. But Barker is hanging tough there on that inside lane. Almost looking like some of the drivers thought about going 3 wide here on in the corner number 3, but fought against it here as they work through 3 and 4. Benjamin Richards there now on the inside lane in that number 56. He's below James Wagner Welding. Which lane's going to prevail here as the inside lanes get linked up once again as they work out of 2. Side by side they come on the backstretch. James Wagner holding that 3rd position. Going to try to get pushed forward now as the 4 of Andrew Smith is back here trying to give him a little bit of bump. Getting up towards that front, but look out. Here comes the 56 of Richard. Now looking back to the inside there, side by side as they come across the stripe. Back down in the corner number 1. Baldwin dumps down to the inside. He's going to take a shot now to try to get around Chris, but does not quite make it happen. Here comes Morton. No, Morton's making a highway speed up here to the front as he's now battling for that 3rd position. Beside Baldwin coming down here in the corner number 3 and 4, but he's still got Wagner and Richards in front of him as Barker now has the lead in that number 1 machine. Matthew still sitting on pit road, getting repairs done. I almost want to say Barker's going to consider himself out of this one as we're getting down to about 30 to go. As you see, the 56 there on the outside lane as they work down through. Mark Morton now in that 4th position. He's there stuck behind James Wagoner. And look out, here comes Johnny Hurst. There's a lot of great competition here tonight. Hope everybody here that's tuned in to watch here on Figure Farm TV, the episode of On the Pole tonight is bringing you the Roughneck Racing James Wagoner Welding Gen 6 series here. And we definitely like giving that shout out to James Wagoner Welding for all they do here for this league. Coming down here in the corner, number 1, Christopher Barker there, and the number 2 are in that front spot. There's number 2 there, or in that number 2 spot. That's the 56 of Benjamin Richards. Here, side by side, Matthew Gall out back there, laps down as he struggled tonight in that number 78 machine. Back up front here, there you see Christopher Barker trying to work his way up. But Benjamin Richards, he's doing really well here tonight in that number 56 machine. He's up 10 spots from where he started this race. Johnny Hurst is up 6 spots. Ward Fieldler, we haven't talked about him too much tonight there in that blue number 65 machine. I think he's got an autism awareness sticker there on the back quarter panel. Can't quite make that out here at the moment. But he's up 7 spots, so he's not doing too bad of a race himself. Sitting back here in 9th position. As we're closing in, the 25 laps to go. There you see Jamie Piling still trying to work his way back up toward the front. Mark Morton sitting in 3rd. Richards out front in that thing, out there. As we're on board with him here. We're on board with Mark Morton now, as we come working through 1 and 2. A little bit of a slide went there. You can hear them tires really sliding as he's trying to get that everything, every little bit he can out of that machine as he comes across the stripe. There you see Benjamin Richards out front, but Barker sitting there on the back of his bumper trying to see if he can get anything worked out here as they come off of 2 down the backstretch. Front to back as they come down in the corner number 3. There you see as they come out of 3 down the corner here, out of 4 here for 25 laps to go. 24 as they cross the stripe. Benjamin Richards, your leader. Johnny Hurst battling beside the likes of Baldwin for that 4th position. James Wagoner now battling beside Scott He's got Scott right behind him. Now you see Baldwin, though, not giving up there on that inside lane as they come through the corner. Side by side is Wagoner, almost 3 wide as the lap down car of Gall is looking to the inside. I know some drivers, they get a little irritated with lap down cars, but I'm one of these people. If the lap down car can be of speed and compete, let them be. Matthew Gall is showing us that right now as he's looking to the inside of Baldwin coming down here in the corner number 3 and 4, I believe. I'm not getting all twisted and turned around. As they work back across the stripe, there you see Barker trying to chase down Richards. As now they come through 1 and 2 once again. Benjamin Richards in that WD-40 machine as they work down the backstretch. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Hurst. I'm sorry, Benjamin Richards is out here in the 56 machine with the Ninja Turtles chasing them down as hard as they can. They definitely want to try to take the trophy back to the Sioux here tonight. And now here they come back down into corner number 3 and 4. I'm sorry, that was 1 and 2 working down the backstretch now. Everybody's single filed out here, kind of. As there, we're on board once again with the lights up. Christopher Parker down here across the stripe. Still chasing down that Benjamin Richards number 56. Johnny Hurst back here in 3rd. In that WD-40 machine. Mark Morton trying to chase it down along with James Wagoner. Now the one thing with Wagoner is our points leader for this series. Alright, let me see if I can get a hold of the even Shu now a lap down. As the leaders are working around him. Christopher Parker definitely has a mirror full, or I'm sorry, Benjamin Richards definitely has a mirror full of that Ninja Turtle Mustang as we come storming down into quarter number 3 again. Here with 18 laps to go, going to be 17 laps when they cross the line. Here, this time by here, you see Mark Morton up to 5th, trying to get up a little bit more. As Pilot has fallen back now, as he's losing the spot now to Jeff Scott there to his outside, as they work down here into corner number 1, 17 laps to go. Richard still out front. James Wagoner, though, he's trying to get his way up to that 3rd spot. Like I said, James Wagoner, he's our points leader if everything checks out the way I believe it should. There, if I can find points, yes. James Wagoner is ahead with 291 points. Rick Baldwin 2nd. Jimmy Pilen currently sitting in 3rd in points. I'm sorry I do not have them points tables up here for us tonight. I was busy trying to, I was busy enjoying my birthday and stuff. Had a death in the family again last week, so went a little crazy. But we're here, we're having fun, we're having a blast here tonight in Chicagoland. Benjamin Richards out front leading us. Here, James Wagoner, we're on board with him coming down through the trial, but down here in the corner number 1. This is that pink number 30 machine, that pink and blue number 30 machine here tonight. That number 58 is Johnny Hurst, currently in 3rd. We got 15 laps to go to complete this one here tonight. Do we think we've seen the rest of the cautions, or do we think we're going to see some more aggressive stuff here as the race goes on? James Wagoner there and 4th. We got some green flag pit stops going on. Here we see Jimmy Pollan, Andrew Smith, Rick Baldwin coming in, Tim Richardson, Ty Trafford coming in, Tony Richards, Jeff Scott, he's in 7th place. He didn't come in yet. We got the front 7 cars still out on the racetrack. 14 laps to go here. James Wagoner for James Wagoner Welding running in 3rd. I believe some of you guys know him as Doogie, or if I'm getting that correct. Let me try that again. Johnny Hurst there in 5th. Now with Mark Morton there in 4th. 13 laps to go. As Benjamin Richards, now there you can see Marker's trying to get that inside to work. Not sure who's up there with him. We got a car. That's Stephen Shue trying to hang with them enough, trying not to lose too many laps as he's trying to battle back here. He's at least the first car a lap down as the leaders are battling there side by side down through the tribal down here in the corner number 1 with 12 laps to go here at Chicagoland. Now, one thing to keep in mind is we've seen some drivers pit. Are these drivers able to make it the rest of the way on fuel? I'm not exactly too sure on that. Whenever the pit lap for most of these drivers was at lap 30, I'm thinking the fuel run's probably about 30 laps or somewhere around there. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Because the leaders last pitted at lap 30, or lap 31. We've got Johnny Hurst coming in now. It's the number 58 of Johnny Hurst coming to pit road. Rick Baldwin coming around. Andrew Smith coming around. Those drivers pitted here at lap 61. Stephen Shue, one of the reasons he may be on that lead lap down area is he pitted clear back at lap 53. So, one thing to keep an eye on. Shue is right on that bubble. I wonder if Shue has enough to make it the rest of the way. But the question is, because he's behind, I don't know if he's able to bring himself back up through the grid enough. Because he's still behind the likes of Baldwin, Smith, Rowdy, Hurst, Trafford, and Richardson. So it looks like the 58 might have been off pace a moment. Trying to see here. No. Might have just been the way it looks to my eyes there. As we work down through 3 and 4 here following Mark Morton. See if we get any more takers here. Nobody's coming into pit road. We got 8 laps to go. I want to hear from the chat. What do you guys think? Do you think these drivers can make it on the fuel? I take, comment your thoughts here on Figure Farm TV. We will see them here now as we got, like I said, we got a new monitor up and running. We got a second monitor. So we're set in gold so we can keep up with different things here on Figure Farm TV a little bit quicker, a little bit easier, so I can see comments rolling in and things. So, as we're rolling here, you see James Wagoner there in 3rd. These drivers, like I said, last pitted at lap 30. It's going to be close, I believe. It's going to be real close. And we're Christopher Barker in that number 46. Ninja Turtles machine out front. As Wagoner's there in 3rd. Benjamin Richards is falling back some now. They're in that 2nd position. I don't know if he's trying to conserve fuel. Christopher Barker, I don't know if he's worried about saving fuel. What is the fuel run in these cars? That is what I'm trying to figure out. Is it a 30-lap run? If so, they're going to be cutting it real close. James Wagoner there in 3rd. Mark Morton there in fourth. Edward Waitler there in fifth. He's up 11 spots. He's currently our biggest mover here in that number 65 machine. Last pitted at lap 32. Jeff Scott last pitted at lap 32. So you've got the top 6 drivers still on that lead lap. Trying to listen to see if we got any drivers taken to the, going to be taken to the, what you call it here, the pit lane. But it doesn't look like it. We're down to 3 laps to go with Christopher Barker out front with Steven Shue right behind him. I don't know if that's going to help him or hurt him. Now here we see Benjamin Richards getting company. I'm at number 4, Andrew Smith. James Wider a little bit farther back. This might be your finishing order here if they can hold on to that fuel. Fiedler up to 4th. Now, as he's sitting there in that number 65, having a great run here tonight in that blue Toyota Camry here tonight, and that does look like the autism awareness puzzle there on the quarter panel above that. Kind of like the rear wheels. I'm getting tongue-tied here. Benjamin Richards still trying to hold on to that second place. Barker out front. James Wagner sitting here in third. James Wagner showing why he's at the top of that points lead, as he's been very consistent. He might not win every race, but he's up here on close to the podium, if not on the podium every week. As I think we got one more race. Final lap here from Chicagoland. As it looks like, as I thought, looks like the 46 might be out of fuel. He's going to end up losing it. Here comes the 56 of Christopher Barker. That's going to hand the third over to James Wagner. Barker, even though he ran out of fuel, I had a feeling that was going to be a problem. Chris better be thanking Scott, I'm sorry, Shue for his second place finish. I don't know if they're teammates or not, but man, I think a lot of these drivers, I think looks like Wagner's out of fuel. He's getting a push from the 38 of Jeff Scott. And I think Scott's now out of fuel. All right, so as we're waiting for these drivers to try to get around to the start-finish line, kind of a scene out of Cars here, if I must say, with the whenever Lightning McQueen was pushing the King to the finish. It's kind of what we got going on here with Steven Shue and Christopher Barker. No, they're not pushing. He just bump drafted. This is going to be an interesting driver interview here tonight. Let's start with our winner, Benjamin Richards.
I'm in
Good
danger.
evening.
Hey, Adam, how you doing? Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Well, you didn't quite come join me in the booth. Apparently you had other plans.
Yeah, man, I just got lucky tonight. All these drivers, awesome job by them. What a race.
I thought we were kind of close on that fuel run. I was thinking in my head it was a 30-lap fuel run, and I'm there thinking, I don't know if these front drivers have enough.
What happened on that is at the end, Chris Baker ran out, and that's how I snuck by him coming out of 4 there. The last caution, he pitted on the first lap, and I pitted and took fuel too. But then I come back down and took tires and topped off. And that was the difference. I ran out just as I crossed the line.
I said, I knew it was close on fuel. You pitted at lap 31. Christopher Barker and James Wagoner pitted at lap 30.
Yeah, and I think I pitted at 31.
You did.
So that right
you
there
had
was
one
the
extra
difference.
lap in your tank.
Yep, and that was the exact difference. And great job by these guys. And it was nice seeing Shu and Baker working together there. Shu pushed Baker by me, and I didn't think I had anything for him there outside of the strategy.
Yeah, Shu was actually a lap down. At least one lap down. So
Yes,
Shu wasn't
Shu
really
was
battling for a position, really. I don't know if they're teammates or not, but
yeah, Shu is teammates with Chris, and you know, he did what a good teammate does. He helped his teammate get the best possible finish.
now if it wasn't for Shu, he wouldn't have had quite the best finish. I mean, everybody would have blown by him on the inside as he was stuck against the wall out of fuel.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, there was a few guys that caught me at the end, and I just let them go by. I knew they were on new tires, but they were a lap down, so not my fight.
Right. I mean, I know there was drivers that pitted at lap 61 and around 61, 64, something like that. And a couple of them, like, that finished 4th and 5th, they pitted at lap 6 or 76, so they must have come in top fuel or you know, got a little bit more fuel and come back out, so they didn't waste too much time there on pit road. But
yeah. Yeah, they just took a splash and go, maybe tires there at the end.
I don't
But-
know. I don't know at lap 76. Well, no, lap 76 would have been the end of the race. What am I thinking? Lap 61, I think they would have taken tires, possibly.
Yeah, and you know, if it wasn't for that green flag run, I don't know if I'd be in this position.
Well, that's true. If you guys would have had a green white checker, we would have been talking a completely different ball game here.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Green white checker, I was done.
I mean, you would have had the top, 10 cars coming in? Well, at least 6 cars coming in to try to get some fuel.
Yeah.
So it would have definitely played out that way. But great run there tonight, putting that 56 into victory lane. Who's your sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I want to give a big shout out to James Wagoner Welding for sponsoring this series, Roughneck Racing for putting it on. Great people there, great racers. VRX, Mama T Racing, be looking for them coming soon. You for the broadcast, my wife Tony for letting me do this every night. Paul McDonald for the awesome paint jobs. Just so many. And Kevin Malarkey. I'm glad he wasn't in this race tonight because I know Kevin Malarkey would have wrecked me.
See, you got a little bit of beef with him, or?
Oh no, we're friends, we're teammates. We always wind up wrecking each other somehow, though.
So you're saying if he would have taken you out, you would have probably taken him out?
Well, yeah.
Well,
but
you had a great
what a
run tonight.
race tonight. I hope it was a good one for you to call. I can't wait to go watch the broadcast.
Oh, it definitely was good to call, and looking forward here. It's going to get a little easier. I'm glad I got a second monitor up and running, so now the next step is to figure out if I got space for a third one.
Yeah, space can be difficult. Luckily, I'm on triples, and I absolutely love it.
Well, I can't run true triples because the way my setup is. It's kind of, I got a screen here, screen there type of thing. Computer sit between the first and second screen. So they're not, it's not a true triple, double screen or triple screen setup, but hey, it's working, and that's all that matters.
Yes, sir. That's all that matters is it works for you.
Yep. For broadcast, no, I just need a third screen to put my iRacing live timing onto a third screen, and we'd be in real good shape. But that'll come in time.
Yes, it will. Also, let me give a shout out to Edward Fiedler. What a run for him tonight.
He had a great run tonight. He came up 12 spots, finished fourth. You were second. You were the second biggest mover, coming up 10 spots for the win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, another thank you to Jason Kinney for doing the race control. He does an amazing job.
Well, I know he does good work, and I hope we'll have to listen back on this broadcast, see if I had the monitor playing in the background where you guys were picking up the radio chatter or not. It's going to be interesting to see if it did or not.
Right. I can't wait to watch this broadcast. This is my second league win in 2 nights now.
Well,
I'm going to the Waffle House.
You're going to the Waffle House.
Oh, yeah, I got to take the team out to celebrate.
Maybe you can get Waffle House to sponsor you.
Maybe. I eat enough of it. Maybe that's why they won't sponsor me.
Who knows? But great job tonight. Hopefully you can take us into next week. I think next week's the final race for this series, if I'm looking at the schedule right.
If I'm not mistaken, it is, and I think it's Daytona.
No, Talladega, the other super speedway.
Oh, all right, cool. The easier one to drive.
I don't know if one's necessarily easier than the other.
Dega's a little easier because it's wider. It's easier to go 3 wide. Daytona, even though it's a big track, it's still kind of narrow in the corners.
Oh, see, they both feel the same to me. It's just where that start-finish line is different.
That too, yeah.
Daytona start-finish line's at the middle of the tri-oval, and Talladega start-finish line's not until after the tri-oval.
Yep, and that 1,600 feet makes such a huge difference.
Oh, it certainly does. Brings some great racing, I know that much.
Yes, it does.
So we'll see how these Gen 6 cars... Do you think you're comfortable running Talladega next week to maybe continue this momentum?
Yes, I am very comfortable with Talladega. hopefully I can find someone to hook up with and push them to the front, and then we settle it at the end coming out of the tri-oval.
Alrighty. Well, good luck. You get that car situated and tuned in the way you might need it. I know it. I believe it's probably fixed setups, but we'll. You have a great night, and we'll catch you next week, hopefully.
You too, Adam, and don't celebrate too much tonight.
You mean I can't drink down my shine that I got?
Oh, drink it up, man. Drink it up.
Nah, I can't quite do that with the meds I'm on, but I'll definitely try to celebrate somehow.
All right, man. You have a good one, and we'll catch you next week for sure.
Alrighty. Catch you next week, Ben. Well, that was Benjamin Richards, our winner. Let's see if we can get Chris Barker here. All right, Chris. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Great run tonight.
I appreciate that.
Just come up a lap short.
I think I would have had it, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought that we were on the last lap when we wasn't. And I told Steven, like, hell yeah, I got it. So he backs off, I back off. And then I was like, oh, no, it's not. Like, now we're on the last lap. So he had to, we had to take off again. It would have been a lot closer for sure. That was just a dumb mistake on my part.
I thought maybe you ran out of fuel.
I did with like half a lap to go, but when we crossed the start finish there with 1 to go, I thought that was the checkered. My little telemetry says remaining laps. I guess when it says 0, that's the last lap. Well, it said 1, so I thought, last lap, but it wasn't.
No, it's definitely great watching you tonight. Definitely want to give a shout out to Stephen Shue for helping you across that line.
Absolutely. That was crazy the way it worked out, for sure.
It definitely helps to have teammates like that.
For sure. I want to apologize to Jeff Scott. I already did once, but I hate I took him out.
Well, he finished in 5th, so.
Yeah, it happens, but that's my number one goal is just to, don't wreck people.
Well, who's your sponsors you want to give a shout out to for getting you that second place finish here tonight?
No sponsors really. I got to thank my teammates, Jeffrey, Steven, thank all the guys over at Roughneck. Tim, he does tons of work. All those guys. And then, James Wagoner for sponsoring this deal. That's awesome.
Well, definitely James Wagoner does a lot here, and definitely appreciate that. Well, we're heading to Dega next week for the finale here of the season, I believe. You feel comfortable there, or is that a trouble track for you?
Maybe. I hadn't drove these cars a lot. I jumped in at Watkins because I like that track and ran it. With my schedule, it's kind of tough to run on Mondays, and it just worked out that I could run tonight, so I might not even be there next week.
So it's still up in the air if you're here next week or not.
Yeah.
Well, if you're here, it'll be great seeing you back out on track. You had a great run here tonight, putting that Ninja Turtles machine up there in the 2nd spot. Too bad you couldn't take a trophy back to the sewers with you, but
yeah. Well,
great run nonetheless.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good evening, Doogie.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. You put that 30 back onto the podium once again.
Yeah, I ran out of fuel after I crossed the checker flag, but had to start saving there at the end. Had to let off the throttle.
So you didn't run out until after the flag?
After the flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you must have been anticipating a little bit of fuel saving in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, I had a teammate there behind me at one time in front of me, so I was just sort of drafting off of him a little bit. At one time, I was about a half a lap short, so I just started going there at the end, just half throttle all the way around. So I would make it, but.
Well, that's what happened to Barker. Barker ended up being a half a lap short.
Yeah, I seen him he had a team. Luckily, he had a teammate behind him, push him across. But that's teamwork, though,
Yeah, you can't find a better teammate, right?
Yep. Which I had some there with me too. So I mean, it would have probably happened the same way if I'd have run out before.
All right. Well, your sponsors you want to give a shout out for getting you here into that third place finish tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for the broadcast and everything. So, we get to go back and watch it and learn from our mistakes we make. Like to thank my father, James Wagner's Welding. Like to thank my mother for letting my dad watch, and thank her, for watching too. All my teammates at Social Outcasts, got Jeff, Matt Gall, Rick, Johnny, had Mark Morton in there tonight. So like to thank all the Roughneck guys. Like to thank my little boy too, and my oldest son. They root me on. So, but that's about it.
Well, you had a great run here tonight, putting that car into third place. What can we look forward to for next week there at Talladega as you're going in with the points lead?
I don't know. I guess tighten your seatbelts and hold on tight, I guess.
Do
'Cause
you have a little bit of luck at the speedway tracks like that, or?
Yeah, I'm pretty fast speedways, but there's always that accident happens. So,
There's always that unforeseen big one that can happen.
yeah. So, I mean, may just lay back and try to be there at the end.
That seems to be the biggest. That seems to be the biggest thing to try to do.
That was kind of my game plan tonight. But then once you get into racing, it's like you can't hold back. I can't hold back. I hammer down. So I tell myself I'm going to just lay back, and I can't do it. So
I know. Like for me, I try to lay back a little bit until I'm about halfway through the race, and then I try to go for it. But sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Yep.
Especially if you end up with a good qualifying position, and you're like, "Yeah, I got this. I'm going to go out full bore right off the start."
Oh yeah. Yeah, but I also like to congratulate Benjamin for the win and Chris for second place. That was a good run. I mean, I think they ran out of gas. Well, I know Chris did. Benjamin did too after finish, I think. But that was a good win for
ran
him.
out as soon as he crossed the line.
Yeah.
I think you all had to get pushed around for the victory photos.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I had Jeff Scott push me at one time. Then Johnny had to take over. I think something happened to Jeff's headset or something because he runs a VR. So Johnny ended up having.
I thought maybe Jeff ran out of fuel.
Nah, I think something happened to his VR.
Okay, because I thought maybe he ran out of fuel.
Nah.
Because the top 6 tonight were all close on fuel.
Yeah, I think we all pitted that last caution, and everybody else stayed out. So I just went in. I didn't even take tires. I should have took tires, but I just topped off fuel and just luckily had enough.
Yeah, because everybody else seemed to be coming down in the pit about lap 61. I'm sitting there thinking I'm here in the booth. I'm trying to do my fuel calculation. I'm thinking he's got to get real close on fuel.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd like to thank Mark Morton on talking me into going in and taking fuel to top off because I wasn't going to, and he talked me into it. So I got to thank him for that. So.
Well, congrats for your third place finish, and we look forward to watching the chaos, or hopefully not at Talladega next week. But it's super speedway. There's going to be some sort of chaos somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Then again, maybe not. I mean,
It's hard to say. It's season finale. It's hard to say. I think there's some things on the line here, bragging rights and whatnot. So we'll see.
I mean, we got a pretty good group of guys running. So I mean, we've went caution-free races before. So.
Well, you only had 2 cautions tonight.
Yep. So I mean, it could happen.
It can, but Talladega is one of them ones that's iffy.
Yep, especially championship night. So.
Exactly. So. You have a great night. We'll catch you next week. And
yep, you have a good night too, and I'll see you next Monday.
Yep, we'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, that was our third place finisher, Doogie Wagner for James Wagoner Welding out of North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. So as we get ready to sign off here tonight, I know I didn't quite have my camera on tonight, but like I said, I was busy trying to get the second screen set up and get everything situated that way. So we got that all situated. Now we'll be back with the booth cam next week, with our next broadcast. And again, I want to fully apologize to Friggy Diggy for not being able to get their broadcast on last night. I couldn't quite figure it out last night. I got up at 7:30 this morning, did some researching and things, got it figured out, and we got it fixed here for us tonight. So definitely great job here to these drivers tonight. Close on fuel. That fuel strategy was very close. We'll definitely catch you all next race here Wednesday night for the sim racing super dirt series. So catch us then. Thank you so much for watching.
Roughneck Racing would like to thank our sponsor, Wagoner Welding. Wagoner Welding is a family-owned and operated business located in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. They specialize in custom-built truck beds and framework of all types. You can reach them at 336-670-3427 or visit the shop located at 446 DeHart Church Road.